everybody, this is Yael from Yael Alchemy, and I'm here to bring you the Twin Flame weekly message for the week of April the 23rd to the 29th. Okay, I don't know if you've checked out my Facebook page. I usually put up the link to my Facebook page, but a very important message came through as channeled by one of our soul sisters early on in the week regarding some downloads. This was channeled by Isabel Hendricks, and this is a message from the Arcturian Council. And basically they were saying that they were ready. All these downloads are available for everyone, for twin flames, for light workers, for star seeds, and these are direct upgrades, okay, in form of blue and white light rays that contain deeper information about your identities, and it's also used to unlock some sections of your DNA. However, what is important is that at this time is that they have to have some form of consent from you. So the public service announcement basically was to visualize a green check mark above your head, okay, so that there is some form of consent from you to receive these downloads. So there, for those and some other important updates, do check out my Facebook page and follow if you feel guided. You won't lose anything. You just gain information when it comes. Okay, so there, remember the green check mark. Try to visualize yourself atop your head. Not really as high up as the soul star chakra, but perhaps above the crown, or some sort of symbol that signifies that you give consent. Okay, and secondly, you know what, thank you for all those subscribers, those who commented and who liked. However, it's come to my attention that YouTube has changed its algorithm. I know this was way back and during the beginning of the year, and so it's more difficult to reach other people that we are trying to help get on or even start their journey. So if you find some benefit from my videos, which have always been free, my videos have always been free, I'm asking a favor from you, just write a comment, because that's how, write a comment, or I don't know, an emoji, whatever, because that's how the video gets propagated somewhat, or the message gets to the intended audience. So it wasn't like before that for some reason it was like a level playing field. If you put a video out, it's there. Now it's a different form of limitation and censorship, and especially because this is not an advertising video, it has to do with your personal growth and development. It's very hard now to reach. So this is another block, and we would help each other more if, you know, just have more engagement basically on the page. So I would appreciate just a comment or whatever, so that the message in the video helps other people that the message needs to get to. I really don't know who that would be, but from before they changed the algorithm, my messages were reaching a whole number of people that actually needed to hear it and needed the help. But so there. I won't say much more about it because I still really don't know how it works. But there, I would appreciate that very much. Okay, so let's get on with the reading for this week. Well, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Lover's card. Okay, I will check out all the other cards. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Wands, and then we have the reversed Ace of Swords, and a reversed Hermit. Okay, so it seems as though the Twin Flame Weekly reading this week is for that segment of the collective that is having very much difficulty. I spoke about this last week, that while a lot of Twin Flame coaches, Twin Flame teachers have been really saying, oh, unions are really happening, this is the time for unions, and it's putting undue pressure on those twins who really have much work to do until they come into union. And so this particular message, whatever comes out here, looks like it's directed towards that segment of the collective that's having difficulty in manifesting that union. Okay, because here we have the Lover's card, and we have the Ten of Wands, which means very burdensome. It's a very challenging. But remember, no matter how challenging this is, you agreed to take on this challenge because you know that your soul could handle it, and that it would really advance the evolution of your soul and your own personal ascension journey. And so here, for those whose twins are having difficulty really coming into their own truth and their own wisdom, and see, we have here the Four of Cups, and that's being stuck. Okay, being stuck whether in a cycle, whatever situation that they're in, and being, basically this is an energy of apathy. Okay, being apathetic to coming into union because they have a false sense of security in that setup that they currently have in 3D, and thinking, it's like the Matrix. Thinking that, the red pill or the blue pill, you take the red pill and that's, then you awaken. That's not your reality. That's not the entire reality of your existence. And so these are the twins that seem stuck into the illusion of 3D. And that includes being stuck in whatever situation that they're in, be it their karmic relationships, not being able to move forward in all aspects of their lives. Okay, so let's look at what message the guides have for us today. Okay, so this side is for the Divine Masculine, this side is for the Divine Feminine. And I'm going to open all the cards first, okay? So for the Divine Masculine, we have the Ace of Cups, and then the Fool card. Next, we have the Two of Cups. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so here, what this is saying basically is that this talks about this new beginning of the Divine Masculine. Okay, but this new beginning that he's having a lot of difficulty in negotiating with himself and trying to kick off the ground, because it's like this Fool card. He doesn't know how to get it off the ground, how to make it happen, basically. Even if there is guidance there from within, or even if he's not aware of the journey and there is a gut instinct, his gut is telling him that this is not the best situation for me to be in. Or something like, if they start asking questions that may translate to them something like a midlife crisis, that, questions based on existential questions, basically. Is this all there is to life? When you don't feel alive inside, and you are settled is the word, in your routine. And that's basically what the guys are saying, really, is that these are the Divine Masculines that have a genuine fear of change. The risk that comes with that, the uncertainty that comes with picking an outcome, they don't quite know how that's going to turn out. because they're so used to either being with the karmic or being alone and all that. That's something that's lulled them into this familiarity. And here, that's why we have the Fool card, because when the Fool card is here, and this new phase in the Divine Masculine's way of loving, this is taking a risk, because the Fool card, well, number one, he's excited about this journey, and he doesn't mind making mistakes, which means really that he doesn't mind looking the fool, because he knows that it's all part of the trial and error. It's all part of the process, basically. And he needs this in order to start this Ace of Cups in his new cycle. He needs to embody the Fool, because for some divine masculines, like I said, the guys are saying fear of change, fear of changing the status quo, fear of disturbing that. And that is a major block that has to be cleared for the divine masculines that seem to can't get off. And this results to a lot of frustrated divine feminines, because look, his awakening, look at this. His awakening and his wisdom, they're still in reverse. And the union coming together becomes very much challenging. And if you see here we have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups indicates affection, romance, and this is where he needs to take this risk, okay, in the arena of love, in the arena of presenting himself to the divine feminine once more. Because for the divine masculines, and usually since it's been a cycle of really coming together, separating, learning some more, coming together for a bit, separating, learning some more. It's a cycle, okay? Until you both achieve the same frequency, and that the last time you come together, it's solid, because you're both vibrating at the same frequency, and each twin is no longer a trigger for growth, because you're able to, once you reach that tipping point that I was speaking about in the last, I think last week's reading, then you're able to sort of self-study, or to manage your own ascension and raise your own vibrations without really relying on external triggers, such as your twin. And so the next time that you meet, you're free to come together already. And I mentioned that because in wanting to achieve this with his divine feminine, this Two of Cups scenario, he has to embody the energy of being willing to try again, being willing to get out of that rut, of that stagnant state that he's in, wherein, okay, communication is halted, both are in separation, and this is fine, I'm comfortable with this, because, you know, life goes on. May not be the best, it could do with some improvement, but I'm fine with this. It's not risking anything. He doesn't risk rejection, he doesn't risk making himself look like the fool, he doesn't risk really owning up to his mistakes and feeling that he has, you know, it has to do with that paradigm of pride, the stereotype that males, divine masculines, well, not divine masculines, awakened divine, no, non-awakened, non-illumined divine masculines are still hung up on that stereotype that, you know, they have to be in the right, or it lessens their masculinity, emasculates them somehow to admit to mistakes that they've done. So that is the block right now for some divine masculines, and that's why we have here the Knight of Spades, which indicates, because this is slow but sure. Okay, when the Knight of Spades, rather, the Knight of Pentacles appears. Look at him. He's just waking up. He's yawning, and he's on top of all these demons. This dragon, this beast. And it looks like the pentacle here is in the symbol of the moon, and he still hasn't come into his full illumination. And regarding what to do with the coming together with his beloved. So that's why this beginning is very slow for some. Okay? Because of these blocks, the fear of change, the fear of really looking like a fool. And that's what a segment of the collective, and I would say a lot, because yes, a lot of twin flame coaches, twin flame teachers saying unions are happening now, and they are, but a lot of awakening is happening soon. But there are still a lot of twin flame couples who have chosen a more difficult assignment, so to speak, and in helping their twin awaken. And this reading really is meant for those who are in such a situation. And the card for the divine masculine is the King of Wands. See here? So this is a desire. This is an overwhelming desire to move forward. And this is what is stilting that. So if you get readings wherein his higher self wants to be with you, he's his higher self, and then there's a disconnect between what he's doing in 3D versus how he is in 5D, then this could explain it. Because while his higher self, there's an overwhelming desire, really, to go towards the twin flame, the divine feminine. He's being held back by these blocks, okay? And I'm reading this in the context of to whom this message is being given, okay? So there, and let's go to the divine feminine. First card for the divine feminine, we have the Nine of Cups. We have the Tower card, okay? Then we have the High Priestess. And then we have the Three of Cups. Okay, so what do we have for the divine feminine? First, we have the Nine of Cups here. And this is hopes, wishes, and dreams being fulfilled. It sits atop the Three of Cups. And usually the Three of Cups, this is celebration, because she's gotten what she's hoped for. And that would include union. That would include creating the third energy, specifically the energy of unconditional love, okay, with her beloved, because that's whom the reading is for, right? And here, we see here, the next card, hopes and wishes, it seems as though they're dashed. Because, look, in the situation we're in, it seems like you want to knock your divine masculine on the head because he's so stubborn, or it's like you've done all you can, you're throwing your towel in the ring, and he's still not budging. Well, because he's stuck, right? So this would represent a tower moment. either the realization that there's really so much more work to be done, and that turns you off on the journey, and say, oh, to heck with it, I'm gonna live my life and that's it. And really, it is a frustrating situation, but I'm here to tell you that you're not alone, because there are a lot of twin flames that are in the situation that you're in, but who hesitate really coming out and saying that, because they recognize, and this is very really compassionate of them in a sense, they recognize that when you say things in such a platform, such in a twin flame community, I don't know, blog post or whatever group, that just lowers the vibration of the collective. And in a way, although there are those who are silent about how difficult their journey has been and are very compassionate towards the other portion of the mission, wherein we're here to personally raise the vibrations of twin flames, light workers, star seeds, so that we can help the planet ascend. So really, it's a two-edged sword, so to speak. And by doing so and coming out with it, it's venting, which some people need to do. But then again, it has the unintended effect of really discouraging others from the journey. It's like, I don't even know why some post it. Like I said, I do know personally a lot of people who are having difficulties in their journey because of such stubborn twin. But then again, they refrain from posting. Instead, they ask for guidance personally, not just with me, but with other readers. Okay? But they don't come out with it that, okay, I'm throwing the towel in. Who else? Who's with me? Because really, while it defeats the other side of the coin of your mission, okay? And we're not saying that this is all, what do you call that? I forget. It's all, fluff, that all the good things just post, because this is real talk. This is a difficult journey. There are some groups out there that, when people ask hard questions, even scientific questions, they get shunned. But there's no disconnect between science and this. It goes hand in hand, which is why Tesla, Leonardo da Vinci, and all well-respected scientists and men of science, well, Da Vinci was more of art, but he was also a scientist. They've kept this side of them, the mystical side of them, very low profile, but it was still there. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, okay? And that's why there are some difficult questions, they're shunned. The questions are fine because they help one along the journey. But the wholesale announcement of I'm throwing the towel, I'm done with him and all that. Okay, be done with it. Do you have to really bring down the energy of the entire collective? Remember, because we always there's another ascension wave coming in, and these twins, they're still learning about themselves. So be considerate about that. Now, I don't mind if I see posts. Actually, I laud it that they're having difficulty. They're taking a break or whatever, or they're surrendering themselves to the situation, but they're still continuing their ascension journey. I think that would be good. Okay, so there. Anyway, this is what I'm saying. Because of the stubbornness of the divine masculine, some are facing a tower moment regarding their envisioned hopes and dreams. And look here, Here, this tower moment is atop the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is saying that just go with it, because it is a very chaotic time for everyone, because really we're doing a sort of wholesale clearing. And not only that, it's like clearing and upgrades all at the same time, because it it's like it's a very swirling motion, okay? Imagine, you know the yin yang symbol, because that's what they're showing me, but this is the yin yang symbol really moving at a very, very, very fast pace, okay? Moving a very fast pace, and clearing and upgrading and clearing and upgrading all at the same time. And this is causing everyone to be confused. Well, for those who know they are on the journey, they can tell what it is, which is already a plus point for you, because you can navigate your day-to-day life easier. Okay? That doesn't mean that you won't have those challenges. You will. But it's just going to be easier because you know why it's there, why this is manifesting, and you can handle it better, manage it better. So what this is saying is that things are not yet all revealed in this tower moment. So hang on. It may seem as if your hopes are dashed, but then again, like I said in the video, I think last week, that the universe is going to lend a helping hand. Now, you cannot dictate how that helping hand is going to come in to help those who haven't awakened, to awaken, to those who are stuck. Remember, this is being stuck, the energy of being stuck. And if the divine feminines are being stuck, in this waiting, just waiting and waiting and waiting for the honeymoon period to come, but really taking for granted other aspects of their lives, then again, that wake-up call will come. Okay? Because remember, while everything is moving, you have to be moving at the same pace. You have to get on that train. Okay? There was a time, there were several months wherein the twin flame community was very, very still, very quiet, withdrawing, but that was the calm before the storm. We're now in the eye of the storm. Okay? It may not seem like that, because a lot are stabilized in 5D, but if you look outwards, look at what this is showing 3D versus what your higher self is saying, there's still that disconnect. And now that's why there's these tower moments, because we're in the process of bridging that. We're creating bridges. And you know, when there is construction, it's like it's a big ruckus. For several months now, it's like my neighbors. I've had the problem, I couldn't record videos because there was just clanging and clanging, because they were repairing their house. So one was building his house. It used to be a vacant lot. And then after several months of really working with that, okay, my other neighbor starts remodeling his house. I'm like, you know, when is this going to end? So really, all this noise, external noise, these happenings, they're going to taper off, but they're still coming. So you just have to be sensitive to it and go with it for the moment, because this is the eye of the storm. It may not seem like it, because what a lot of the twin flames did during the time of respite was to stabilize themselves. So at the very least, they're not surprised if things are up in the air, or if you're being called to do something that is out of your comfort zone. And when that happens, I think you would be guided to do it. Because look, you may be mirroring your twin. And your twin, who has this fear of change, fear of taking risks, if you're the same way, then you're both stuck. Okay? So look at it from that aspect of taking a chance so that your twin will marry you energetically and take a chance as well. Okay? Because here, you know that you need to clear whatever debris that arises out of these situations. And that's why the High Priestess is on top of it all. Not all has been revealed, but because the High Priestess has access to higher knowledge, then she knows how to handle this situation. She knows how to clear the situation, and that clearing may help clear your Divine Masculine also. And then look, for the Divine Feminine, we have the Princess of Wands. And for the Princess of Wands, see, hold on. Oh, I thought my video died. Anyway, Princess of Wands, this is a very passionate. See, she's very passionate about this journey. Both are passionate about union. There's no, remember this, our starting card? There is no question about that. If you ask the higher self of your Divine Masculine, if they're the ones who's being stubborn, or the higher self of your Divine Feminine, there's no question that there is passion in both your souls to come together. But there's difficulty right now because of these cards. The coming into your own truth and the coming into their own wisdom. Okay? So this is as a result of what's going on. And I'm going to pick a card in the middle. See, this is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups, it usually talks about a love past. In the case of twin flames, this is, this also confirms that this situation, this reading, talks about twin flames who have been in separation and are still in separation right now and still haven't come into union. But look, all this love is here. There's passion there from both. From the past, and when we say past, this includes past lifetimes. But these are the challenges they're facing now. So really, it would be up to you. Do you throw your towel in the ring? You throw your hat in the ring, or whatever else you want to throw in the ring? Or do you take up the challenge that you really signed up for because you know you can, and go on with your journey? Okay? So that's something to think about. Anyway, that's what I have for you this week. Yes, yeah, that's it. So for those who need assistance and think that they may be either stuck in their own situations or that their twin is stuck, then as always, this is a reading for the collective, well, that segment of the collective. And if you'd like assistance to know what's going on in your situation, then please do so. I have a lot of clients that wrote me that they were really bent on doing that, giving up. But readings, the personal reading with them, clarified things, a lot of things for them. Okay, and that's it. Because I don't sugarcoat the energy. What's there is what's there. Sometimes it is hard to hear, but it's what's needed to be done. We didn't sign up for some sissy journey. It's really very difficult and challenging. But together we can do this all because we're all helping each other. Okay, so I leave you with much love and much blessings for the week ahead. Okay, bye.